we were just kind of playing with some different little pieces and such. Cool. So let's do a really quick review, and then I would like you guys to actually go in and kind of create a little PO and kind of create some of your own little special items, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to just take you back to the PO so that you can see what we did. So we created a new vendor called generic. It gave us a number. We assigned it to be what's called a basic live PO. We'll get into this a little deeper because, like I said, there's like 6 different types of POs and they do different things. We did a basic live PO. We called it setup, and then we added some of our little pieces. And so what we virtually did is we virtually created 3 little cans: travel, consulting, and what was the other one? Can't remember.
Bookkeeping. Okay,
bookkeeping. So we created 3 little cans that we could now start tracking pieces of that stuff going in. Okay. So here's going to be your assignment, alrighty? So your assignment now, you're welcome to use whatever vendor you want, okay? Create a new PO and set up at least, let's say, 2 more items. Those are part numbers, okay? So for instance, let's do a quick sample. Shannon, you've kind of done this exercise with me before. Let's think along the consulting level. First off, here's what we need. Who's the vendor? What's the category? What are the items? Okay? So on vendor, I'm just going to use the generic again, okay? Okay, under category, currently we only have 1 category set up. Do we want to create another category?
Yeah, can we do products or?
We can do whatever. I'd kind of like to just stay on the same.
Services?
Okay, great.
Well, that's what I was asking.
No problem. We can actually go back and assign those other ones to a service. What's another service besides bookkeeping, travel, and consulting? How about hourly instruction or instruction?
That sounds great.
Okay, what's another little item that could be underneath there? I'm asking you because I'm not sure. I'm just like,
management. That's what I was wondering. But you wanted to stick with services and not any kind of product.
No, we could do it. The main switch is when you actually enter the part number. There's a little thing called, how do you want to track it? Do you want to monitor the quantity or not? That's the difference between a service and a non-service. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this: generic services instruction. Another one.
You could do tech support or.
Okay. So you guys want to see me do my example right here? So I know we don't have this little piece, and I know we don't have these little guys down here, okay? This is at the vendor level. We already have it. I already created it. I don't have a category called services. Here's what I'm going to do to make that. I'm going to pop in here. Because I have the admin permission, I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to say I need to go to my parts, my services, my parts homepage, and I'm going to add a category. And I'm going to call it services. And I'm going to say add the category. So at this point, it's now in there as one of my options. Okay. Then I can actually go in here. For me to do the next pieces, watch this. I'll go vendor, GEN, because I'm going to put it under generic. Okay. I found it. I'll say create the PO. I'll come down here. I'll say basic live. That's great. My location is going to be Brandon's. More setup. I'm going to leave some of these other pieces alone. And I'm going to say, yes, I do have them. This kind of advances the ball, okay? It kind of helps you. This actually is a very good help file. If you're doing POs, I would highly recommend that you read this particular help file. So I'm going to say add the PO. So at this point, I knew that one of my pieces that I wanted to do was going to be called instruction, okay? So right up here, I'm going to see if I have anything. I don't have anything that even matches INS, okay? I'm just going to come down here, swipe it. Okay, this is the key, this type. It says service type because this is a corp-wide setting. Under default, it would actually say part type, okay? So I'm going to say don't monitor it. I want it to be unlimited. And now I'm going to select the services that I just loaded in, which is my category, and I'm going to say instruction and training. And I'm going to say that this is a sale price of 50 bucks an hour. I'm going to change from each to hourly, and it's going to be under labor, and add the item.
So you're not monitoring it because it's something that is just going to be
Unlimited,
You're
unlimited.
never going to run out of your.
I'm never going to run out of my instruction,
I've
okay?
never had to use
You guys
that
are hoping
before.
that I will, I know. But, okay, I'm going to add one more, and then what we'll do is we'll kind of let you, do you guys need a break or, okay. Let me finish my demo. It'll take me just one more quick second, and then we'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll let you guys kind of do it and play with it, okay? Okay, so the next little piece that I wanted to do was one called, great, good call, thank you, tech support. I'm using the top here. You can technically use any of these different pieces if you wanted to, okay? That's how I do it because it's just right there at the tippy top. I like it fast, but you can literally do the exact same thing here, okay? TE, what do I have? Oh, I didn't find it. Go ahead and add it. We'll just slam this one in as well. I'm going to actually, because this is a multi-line word, I'm going to call it that.
Can I say something really quick?
Absolutely, please.
So, you know, when I'm training or consulting, when I'm training people, I always let them know that, you know, when they're adding their, I learned this from Steve, when they're adding their items, you want to remain consistent as far as like, you know, if you're going to use a cap for, I always use like he did, a cap for each word at the beginning. Because that's the way it's going to be from then on unless you change your parts, but you want it to look good. I mean, it's going to come up on your receipts, it's going to come up on everything.
It does.
You want to be consistent with that, just as if you were adding in your page, your customers and their names and their addresses. I mean, you always just want to be consistent with everything that you do. Because if they're just going to type in, you know, small, you know, no capital letters, that's how it's going to come up for everything, and everything's going to look just different. So I always kind of remind people when they're doing their inventory about the initial capitalization and stuff like that.
Great. And your part number is what you're going to search for often. Your description, you can also search that, but it can be longer. It can be up to 255 characters.
Why did you put the underscore?
I do that just because I want my part number to be just a single item, but it wouldn't hurt it at all. Like literally, I could go like that, wouldn't hurt a bit. It's preference. Like you kind of almost get to this anal level where you're kind of like, this is how I play. So I just did it because that's how I like to do it. If you looked at the name of any page, watch this right here, top underscore secret, add underscore edit underscore parts. Like it's how I virtually put a space in there without putting a space in there for some of our naming conventions. And that's why it kind of gets into the almost anal type level. Like a database, if you're naming a field in a database, you can't have spaces. Okay? So what it is there's a little bit of tech kind of coming in, but it technically is not required. Good call, Dan. Dan's noticing some little OCD type stuff on there. Okay, so tech support, let's say that this is 25 bucks an hour as well. Okay? And we're going to throw that under hours, and we'll add that item. So at this point, I now have a new PO, same vendor as before, and I have two new items, instruction and tech support. And you can see that it doesn't cost anything, but technically there is a price assigned to these things. So instruction actually is at 50 bucks an hour if I were to sell it. Okay?